Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live reaction of episode 166 entitled It's On Site. And for those of you who know, you know, and those of you who don't know, you probably do now. When K Toomer says it's on site, that means somebody's about to get whooped. You're going to get your neck split, your wig split, your neck snap, and the K Toomer theme song. Anyways, hello, everybody. I am Dustin Starr. I want to talk about episode 166. It's on site, but I want to tell you before and as you guys are filing in and posting your questions in the live chat, I want you to know that this coming week for Memphis Wrestling is absolutely huge. We've got Friday, May the 3rd. We're going to be at West Carroll High School for the second year in a row. We had about 1,000 people out there last year, raised a lot of money for West Carroll football. Big shout out to my buddy Will Radford for sponsoring the event and getting a whole lot of tickets. He is killing it out there. So thank you to you and your business. Get your tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. We've already beat the pre-sale from last year. And so, of course, the students, the players, the teachers, they're all out selling tickets as well. So hopefully another huge event coming up. That's coming up Friday, May the 3rd in West Carroll. And then next Sunday, May the 5th at the Wrestle Center, the American males are reuniting in Memphis Wrestling, plus GCW World Champion Blake Christian defends his title against the Chosen One, Zay Washington, and also WWE legend, the Brooklyn Brawler, will be at the Wrestle Center live and participating in our television taping. You'll want to get your VIP tickets for that. You'll get a lanyard. It's a memorabilia, like a collectible lanyard. It's made out of styrene, so we've actually upgraded those since our previous events. You have Brooklyn Brawler, Blake Christian, the American males, all there. Scotty Riggs, Buff Bagwell, all there at the same time. Get those tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. Also, after that, on May the 9th, which is the following Thursday, we're going to be at Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis, and it's basically uncensored. We can do anything we want in there. It's totally different than the Memphis Wrestling product that you see on television. Beer City Bruiser is going to debut in Memphis Wrestling, and also James Ellsworth will be back as well, and all the stars of Memphis Wrestling. So you can get all those tickets right now, memphiswrestling.tv. William Banks is in the house. Jeffrey's in the house. What's up, Cosmic Joe? Bo's calling me Memphis Vince. Yeah, LA Hustlers hit me with a Memphis Vince at the table earlier today in the episode. Jeffrey says, I love that Mike Anthony shows his respect to Memphis Wrestling by outlining the logo at the announce desk. Yes, Memphis Wrestling means a great deal to Mike Anthony, especially Mike Anthony, the former Memphis Heritage champion, former Cobra Cup winner. I guess not former, but Cobra Cup winner, Memphis Trios winner. He's almost done it all in Memphis Wrestling, so this is very, very important to him. But man, what a shocking upset today on Memphis Wrestling. And I'm thinking back, this could be the biggest upset that we've ever seen in all 166 episodes. Mike Anthony has fallen to the hands of Denzel Rollins, who we talk about quite a bit in this live chat each and every week on Memphis Wrestling. And you guys, some of you had some things to say about Denzel, but he is one of the best strikers that we have on the entire roster. And for him to knock off Mike Anthony, that was huge for Denzel Rollins. Big victory, big shout out to Denzel. He had a huge, huge day on Memphis Wrestling. Robert says, hello, Dustin, what's going on? Cook says, did you check your mailbox? My mailbox. Should I check my mailbox? Brian says, what's up, guys? Ken Terminated. Hi, Memphis fans. And Dustin, what's up, man? Willie says, hi, Dustin. When will someone shut up? Jackass Jimmy Blaylock and the Hollywood Pricks. Oh, my gosh. Willie Bowen is not pulling any punches on that one. Well, I imagine that we'll see the story develop coming up next week on Memphis Wrestling. So Mike is too far in his own head. That's coming from William Banks. By the way, nice championship badge you have there. If you guys are interested in getting even more Memphis Wrestling right here on YouTube, you can join the members only. It's only $3.99 a month. You get behind the scenes footage, never before seen photos, all these custom emojis. Let me show you these custom emojis, which typically these custom emojis will fall right in line with what's going on the show, so you can use them to cheer. So along with those championship badges, never before seen footage and pictures and all sorts of really cool stuff, and those Memphis Wrestling emojis. So go ahead and join. It's only $3.99 a month for those of you who aren't able to buy tickets, but you still want to get autographs, memorabilia, championship belts and all that cool stuff, we have an official eBay store, and it is loaded full of really, really good stuff. Big Daddy's doing a really big job at handling some of the merchandise with Memphis Wrestling. So very, very cool stuff. Check out the official eBay store. It's all at memphiswrestling.tv. Hey, Dustin, if you got attacked by a wrestler like Tony Khan did from the Elite, what would you do? Well, I would love to go on the NFL Network at the NFL Draft and ESPN and everything else with a neck brace on and talk all about how great AEW is. He did really good on that one. Rob says, hi, Dustin, great show. I'll have to go back to see what I missed. Yeah, check it out, Rob. I think it was a very, very strong episode. Of course, something we can build on from one week to the next. Eddie Kane, man, in the house with a $5 donation. Oh, yeah. He says the number one member. That's right. I'm going to acknowledge Eddie Kane, man, here as the head of the table with that $5 donation. So thank you so much. And typically what we do with that money is we get back in the form of tickets. And coming up on May the 5th, you've got the American Males, Brooklyn Brawler, Blake Christian, and all the stars of Memphis Wrestling. Want to get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. Let's see here. Robert says, Dustin, are you excited about the upcoming AEW Civil War? I don't know what this is. Is this an official event, or are you just joking? Rob says, Mike's on a losing streak. What's up with him? I don't know. Big loss here today against Denzel Rollins. And should I say big victory for Denzel Rollins? Bo says, I feel like Mike Anthony has an even bigger mental break than he already has been. He'll be so off his rocker that he might start acting more cordially. We will see. William Banks, Dustin, I said it in the live chat, and I'll say it again. We need a DK Ray Ray emoji. Oh, man, we definitely need a DK Ray Ray emoji. Maybe something with a crown. See what we can do. Willie Bowen, The Gun Show, Brett Michaels, Big Swole, Justin Cole, and Kate Toomer. Should Deep Six Reverend Ashhole Taylor and his Wrongful Path. Man, that would be one heck of a team. Ladies division is growing better, says Rob. I totally agree. Bashley Bones will be coming back very, very soon. Also, we're looking at some more new talent coming up. If you haven't gotten your tickets for Lafayette's Music Room, Bump and Grind Wrestling, you want to get those because that's going to be a big night, especially in the women's division. Ken Terminated. Women's division is good. Cassandra's a chicken. KFC is looking for her, says Rob. She definitely ran away with her tail between her legs today. She wanted no part of MKZ. Robert says, Dustin, the upcoming struggle between Tony Khan and the EVPs. I call it that way. We'll see what happens with it. I always say let the story develop, so we'll see. Eddie Kane, man, for $2, do you know why Brooklyn Brawler was a jobber? Why he was a jobber? Well, I do know that he was one of Vince McMahon's right-hand men. I also think that he helped as far as Downtown Bruno being a concierge to Vince McMahon and McMahon's. I would say that Brooklyn Brawler is probably the most famous, prolific jobber in the history of the WWF. Who would you guys have ahead of him? And I use jobber with a, very loosely. I mean, come on, the dude is a WWE legend. He'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Can't believe he's not already there, actually. Do you know why he was a jobber? Is that a joke that you're going to give me the punchline? Brody's the rock star. What's up? Great show today, as always. Can't wait for next week. Oh, yeah. Be on the lookout for the Orion Federal Credit Union Fan of the Week, Brody. Sure you and Mark are going to make an appearance on there soon. William Banks, since you asked me nicely earlier what happened to the 80s Memphis Jobbers. Well, TD Steele, he still lives in Memphis, Tennessee. I've been begging for him to come to the Wrestle Center and check out what we're doing. You already mentioned Brooklyn Brawler. Coco Beware still lives in the Memphis area. I wouldn't necessarily call him a jobber, but his WWF and Memphis and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's still here, still around, trying to book him as well. Who else are you talking about? Those are a couple that I mentioned. Is there anybody specific? Rico says, is Mike not on top of his game? Doesn't look. He looks awesome, though. Rico's Willie, Cassandra. Oh, come on, Willie. Ken Terminated Brooklyn Brawler wasn't a good talker, nor had a move set that the fans liked, but he was easy to boo with the cigar. Circus needs a tattooed lady or a bearded lady, some kind of female. Rob, I like where you're going with that. What's up, Ronald? How are you? Brawler was a jack of all trades. It could make anyone look good. Yes, that's right, Cook. Plus, he had several different gimmicks. Kimchi, what's the baseball gimmick? I didn't really like the baseball gimmick. I think he did Doink as well. Of course, Brooklyn Brawler. Kimchi kind of hits home because he was the manager for the Ugandan giant, Kamala, who is a Memphis Wrestling mainstay. And of course, Dutch Mantel was under the kimchi mask as well. Ken Terminate says, surprisingly, Bobby Heenan didn't help Brooklyn Brawler's career. Bo says, any chance of Kid Cash, Lance Archer reunion in Memphis Wrestling? They were one of my favorite duos during the early days of TNA. I don't think we've got them scheduled to ever be on camera together, but man, that's a blast from the past for sure. There's one jobber ahead of Brawler, Johnny Rods. See, Johnny Rods must have came before the Brooklyn Brawler, because in my childhood, for the last 4 years, it's been Brooklyn Brawler. Eddie Kane made, not a joke, I was just wondering. No, man, I think he was just very, very close and was there early and helped out a lot behind the scenes, was really good. Like, they would put him in there with new talent. And since he was experienced, he could help them around the ring and get better. Like The Rock, he's wrestled The Rock early in The Rock's career. So, yeah. Good question, Eddie Kane, man. Brawler called me earlier today discussing about how he wanted to do a good job for us. I wanted to make sure that we made some money. Very interesting phone call, but I definitely respect it. Rods was a solid, rough jobber. Mike Sharp is good, too. The bar fight looks exciting. Lots of talent. Yeah, Rob, that card's being shaken up just a little bit. We're adding some to it. So coming up on Thursday, May the 9th, which is Jerry Lawler Day here in Memphis, Tennessee, we've got Bump and Grind Wrestling at Lafayette's Music Room. It's going to be awesome. Jeffrey, good point. Barry Horowitz was a great jobber. Yes, let's all pat ourselves on the back because of Barry Horowitz was a big jobber. And I mean that. I'm not making fun of these guys. Like, he is famous for his time of putting guys over in the WWF. Freezer Thompson, Ken Raper. Okay. Freezer Thompson, we actually have a student. Her name is Starr. And she started her training career with Freezer Thompson. So he's still around somewhere. Ken Raper, I have no idea. What a terrible wrestling name. Ken Raper? Who in the hell came up with that name? Not sure where he is, but I did get a phone call the other day and I had no idea who it was. You guys will love this. It was Cowboy Chris Frazier on the other line, and I had not seen him since Denim and Diamonds way back in the day. I was just a kid wrestling, and he had a seizure in the middle of the ring, and I'll never forget. Somebody ran out there and stuffed a Snickers bar in his mouth, and he kicked right out of it, got right back up. But yeah, Chris Frazier is still around the area. What other? You guys throw some names at me. That was good. Ken Raper. Oh my gosh. Brooklyn Barl. That was it. Knuckleball Schwartz. That's the one I can never think of. Brody. Hold on. Let me get caught up, guys. Brody says, yes, I certainly will. And thank you for throwing the birthday surprise for Mark. I'm sure he really loved it. I hope he did, man. I think we probably have that on camera somewhere. We should anywhere. Anyway, Ken Raper. Wish I didn't remember him. No kidding. What a terrible name. Oh, my gosh. All right, so Rob Matlock says Crybaby Era needs to shut up and step up and defend the belt against Zay. I totally agree. There's maybe some legends in Memphis area that could still go. I think they definitely should appear at the Wrestle Center. Well, Rico, there's a little bit of a power struggle, I guess, so to speak. Some of the older guys will not come and work the new Memphis Wrestling because they fear of getting in trouble with Jerry Lawler. That's all I got for you, brother. Downtown Bruno's in there, potentially Coco Beware, Rock and Roll Express, but all that will go away soon. Like I say in business, sometimes you have to earn it. So we'll just become undeniable. Biscuits and Gravy says he's a fan since 1979. That is awesome. DK and Double Ray needs to get those belts back from Fairy Tale Gaston and Matt the Rat to disgrace those straps. You guys just wait to see what's coming up with this. Mulkey Brothers were tag team jobbers. I remember the Mulkey Brothers. Don't know what happened to them. I'd like to see Trevor Lee appear on the show. It's a shame that WWE released him, but I could see why they released Trevor Lee. I honestly could. They weren't doing anything with him, so what do you expect? But I would like to see Trevor Lee appear here. We do have AJ Francis coming back very soon. I think AJ is friends with Trevor Lee, so maybe that could spring some sort of relationship with Memphis Wrestling. Stay tuned. The three-man band were Jobber City, who then produced 2 world titles. That's right. That's why I think it's crazy about like jobbers and all that kind of stuff. These guys and gals are getting paid to fill a role on a TV. It's like a sitcom. You know, somebody has to lose. There has to be that person that is good enough to make everybody look better. And then also for the big talents to be able to transfer whether it's their popularity or their heat, over to help lift somebody else up. That's what it's all about. It's positioning, it's television, it's telling stories. So I hate when it's like a disrespectful thing because you're losing or something, when in all actuality it tells a bigger picture, a bigger story. For instance, Mike Anthony losing to Denzel Rollins. I don't think anybody on this chat thinks that Mike Anthony sucks because he lost. It's like, whoa, Mike Anthony freaking lost to Denzel Rollins? That is insane. What a match. Good for Denzel. That's respect. You guys respect him. Anyways, I might have gotten off on a tangent, but there's a Phil Hickerson's, one of the absolute best heels in Memphis. That's from Biscuits and Groovy. And there's Jeffrey, Cowboy Chris Frazier. Yeah, no kidding. Andrea's in the house. Says, sorry she's late. I was a little late as well. I was a couple minutes behind because putting Reese the Beast down for a nap. Job Squad. Let's see here. Could Dustin Rhodes make an appearance at the Wrestle Center? Rico, I have been emailing Dustin Rhodes all week long. Stay tuned. Bastion Booger. My fear of a Bastion Booger is he'd walk in and nobody would ever know who that guy is. But I remember him. The Mulkeys had some legit problems concerning younger women. Wow, okay. That came from William Banks, not me. Brooklyn Brawler wrestled years ago to Indie NWA show. He also wrestled that night as Doink. Man, he pulled double duty to get a double payoff, I bet. Ken, wasn't you there for today's match? What happened? Oh, look, Eddie Kane man calling Ken out. Dustin, I thought you and Lawler were on good terms. Well, it's not that we're on bad terms. It's just that there is a old school, new school mentality here. And it's not really Jerry. I believe it's his son. And so just does whatever he can to try to put obstacles in the way. But clearly it hasn't worked very well. I mean, yeah. But, I mean, we were just on camera together at FedEx Forum, so I don't have any issues there. I don't think he has any issues either, but it's definitely his son, Kevin, is what I would imagine. Andrew says, hi, Dustin. I'm so happy that Swerve Strickland's new AEW World Champion. He deserves it. How about you? I think they brought it a little bit early, but he definitely deserves it. He's going to be an awesome champion, and he is really good in the ring. Jeffrey says, Lawler needs to lighten up. Bring Lawler in, and problem solved. We would love to have Lawler there to sign some autographs and to wave. That's obvious. Congratulations on another baby. I'm very happy for you guys. Thanks, Brody. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys can come on Saturday, May 18th. That is a legit thing. Free tickets. We're doing our gender reveal. It's going to be pink versus blue, and the winner tells you if we're having a boy or a girl. My Maria will be in the house for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You do have to reserve your seat. It's memphiswrestling.tv, 2 p.m. bell time, Brody. So it's only about an hour event. So if you and Mark want to come, shoot me a message and we can reserve you guys some seats. Pretty easy. Rob says, gender reveal. My daddy told me when my daughter was born, I had sons I had to worry about. 2 boys. You have a daughter you have to worry about every day. LOL. Well, Rob, we don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, but I have a 15-year-old named BKO Brady, and I've got a 3-year-old named Reese the Beast, and we will see coming soon in October. But you guys will be able to see that from afar. It'll be on this YouTube page. I'm sure most of the content will be on members only and Memphis Wrestling Plus. It's another reason to subscribe. Lots of really cool stuff coming as well. Lots of behind the scenes stuff. But get those tickets, reserve them. May 18th during the day, absolutely free gender reveal event like you've never seen before. Memphiswrestling.tv. Sin Cara was somewhat of a jobber. See, I never looked at Sin Cara as a jobber. He sold a ton of merchandise. Man, I'm way behind. Let me get caught up real quick, guys. Sorry. Bring in the Honky Tonk Man, only if he wears the jumpsuit. Italian Stallion, Cassidy Riley were jobbers. Yeah, I guess Cassidy Riley was good. He was a friend of mine. I also thought of wrestling as a guy's soap opera. We need to see people slap each other on soap operas, just backstab each other. They made Cameron Grimes a jobber before they fired him. His Twitter video was sad. Twitter video might have made him some money, but I don't know that I would have put out a video like that. Dustin, you're right. We actually should be using the term enhancement talent. I don't really get turned off by the word jobber. I just think maybe it sounds like it's disrespectful when in all reality, it's we remember all of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I guess I just look at it different. Bowen, remember the ding dongs? Yes, I do. Everybody was a jobber sometime. Anyone from recent batch of WWE releases you'd be interested in bringing onto the show? Yeah, pretty much all of them. I've already been messaging Jinder Mahal. I would love for Jinder Mahal to make some sort of appearance in Memphis Wrestling. He and I go way back to 2010. We did a training seminar together, a tryout seminar together where Jinder was the winner. I remember going to Jinder Mahal's apartment where he had no furniture and a big mound of clothes right in the center, like it was laundry there or whatever. But that's how these guys moved from wherever they lived. I believe he was in Canada at first and then moved into Florida in the Tampa area. They don't have any furniture and they don't have anything really. At least back then that was the case. And so to see him just keep going, win the world title. And then also I feel like it's a big thing that he got released this time because he just was on camera with The Rock. There's a lot of money out there for him to be making, and he will. And hopefully he'll come make a little bit of it in Memphis Wrestling because I can only imagine how awesome that would be. Trevor Lee, I'd like to book Trevor Lee. AJ Francis, obviously, he's coming back June the 23rd to Memphis Wrestling. I think he has been just a really good ally as far as Memphis Wrestling is concerned. Who else was released that I'm leaving out? Dustin, which is your favorite root beer? I do not like root beer, believe it or not. I actually hate root beer. It's gross. Jammin' Music Man, what's up, dude? I see that you are on your way to being up to date. I see all the comments and everything from each episode. How far along are you now? Dustin Rhodes does let him bring his students from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy their student showcase. He might. Love seeing Wrestle Center grads working against the veterans. Me too. Who's the top jobber in Memphis Wrestling? Looks like Mike Anthony. Seems like he's on a losing streak. That is funny. That is hilarious. Top jobber. I don't know. You guys tell me. It's definitely not Mike Anthony. Last Friday's training did not go as well as it would have. I mean, how can you learn anything but 6 months with humongous task? Okay. Main event, still a show. Oh, okay. Getting caught up on my Memphis Wrestling episodes. I know, I see. Will the gender reveal have someone put through a table or eating cake? I'm going to be eating cake. Trevor Lee crying after his release. I felt bad. I did too. Dustin says, congratulations on you and Maria's second baby. Thank you. Fuego del Sol, my favorite enhancement talent. I was about to book Fuego, and then he got released. And at that point, things just kind of fell through. But I would not be surprised to see Fuego at some point. Mike Anthony's the best. Or it says Mike Anthony is the Mike Boyette enhancement talent in the Mid-South. Come on, get out of here. Dustin, is it true WWE doesn't have a non-compete clause? Is it true WWE doesn't have? They do have a non-compete clause. Mahal could make promotions some music. According to Jake. Okay, I'm trying to get caught up real quick, guys. I love seeing DDT, Diana Tater, and MKZ, Mackenzie Morgan teaming together. How about you? I did like to see that 6-woman tag. Put it in my veins every single week on Memphis Wrestling. I love it. Teddy says, is Kid Wrestling working at another wrestling company? Yes, I haven't seen Kid Wrestling in quite a while. Wow. He's not on Memphis Wrestling. What's the status with King Cobra? Is he going to stay matchmaker? It looks like it. He is under investigation, but doing a great job. Brad Stinkerhorn, Jobber Central. He deserves it. There you go. Okay. I would have said Denzel Rollins was a top jobber. What is he now? Fuego definitely was enjoyable to watch. All right, guys, I have just a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get off here. We have a huge day planned, huge weekend planned, a family. And it's Fozzie's birthday, so Noah, Fozzie, Ivy, Reese the Beast, they've all been running around here like crazy, so we've got a lot of really fun stuff coming up. But then also next week, it is going down on Friday, May the 3rd, West Carroll High School fundraiser benefiting West Carroll football. It's going to be awesome. If you get your tickets in advance on memphiswrestling.tv, you'll save $2 off your ticket. And, of course, you can buy your tickets at the door. Proceeds benefit the West Carroll Touchdown Club. Then coming up on next Sunday, May the 5th, the American Males, American Males, American Males, American Males. The American Males are reuniting in Memphis Wrestling. Do not miss it. Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs back together again. Plus the GCW Game Changer Wrestling World Champion, Blake Christian, will defend the GCW World title against the chosen one, Zay Washington. Plus, WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler will be in the house. What in the hell is Brooklyn Brawler going to do on Memphis Wrestling? Get those tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. Bowen says, I heard WWE is taking down the claws. Nah, there's no way they do that. American Male is my dream come true. Love those guys. Can't wait to see them on camera at Memphis Wrestling. Not a fan of WWE Draft. I wish some of the NXT talent on the main roster. I hope they don't end up on the alumni page. That's from Rico. All right, guys, I am Dustin Starr. This was the live reaction to episode 166. K-Toomer almost got his retribution on the circus. Mike Anthony falls at the hands of Denzel Rollins in the biggest upset that we've seen in quite some time. 6-woman tag team match was awesome. I really, really love Makari Candy tag teaming with Mackenzie Morgan. Always have to keep your head on a swivel when you're around DDT, though. Congress just passed a law eliminating the non-compete clause. I don't believe that, guys. I'm not sure what you guys are hearing, but a company can always have a non-compete clause after they release the talent and stuff. Dustin, I'm super excited about the American Males reuniting. They were my favorite tag team in WCW. How about you? I don't know if they're my favorite tag team, but they have my favorite theme song, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to try to catch up with Scotty Riggs later this week on Grind City Wrestling. You can check them out at Grind City Media. But that's all the time I have today. Guys, Championship Wrestling and Derby City Wrestling tomorrow on this YouTube channel. Plus, there's all sorts of highlights and stuff that are coming your way as well. Like I said, get those tickets in advance, memphiswrestling.tv. And I will see you next week at bell time. I am Dustin Starr saying so long, everybody.